Hit the button, Kronk.
What?
Did you pull the lever?
I did pull the lever.
Did you pull the lever?
Yes?
Okay. Just make sure.
Can you not hear me?
I mean, I can hear you. When have I not been able to hear you?
Hear me or listen to me?
I mean, we don't have to jump into the podcast quite that far yet. We gotta intro the thing first.
Well, intro the thing, Sean, because we're live, motherfucker.
Intro the podcast, Crunk.
That's something totally different.
Welcome to Waking Up. I am Pep, aka Sean, and with me is my favorite co-host, Anna.
I'm the favorite. You hear that? You hear that, Jay and Bear? I'm the favorite. It's because I'm the only girl, isn't it? It's because I have the curly parts.
I mean, that's fair. It's true. You're right. I mean, I can't deny that. You have the curly parts.
Oh, okay. That's actually, you know what? That's a great, like, about our. Okay, so let's do.
Did that poke something?
That pokes something with our topic. So okay, let's do our disclaimer. All right, so here on Waking Up, we are not here to bash anybody's faith or religion. We think faith and religion are beautiful things when done in a mentally and emotionally healthy manner. Sean and I are not professionals. Anything said on this podcast is our personal experiences, our personal opinions, be as that may. We also recognize that our opinions and our truths, they change and they grow just as we do as people. So anything said on this podcast is not medical advice. It is not mental health advice. It is not any of that, because we are not mental health professionals. We are two people talking about our trauma and our mental health journey on the internet. And you should. Not everything on the internet is true. Now, however, if you like our stuff, that's great. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of our community. But if you do need true professional help, we do have information to provide. As long as you join our Discord, just message us on our Discord, and we will be happy to provide some of those resources to help you get in touch with a mental health professional that can help you in where you are. Sean and I grew up as we are what they call deconstructed. Yes, we are deconstructed Southern Baptists. We are deconstructed Southern Baptists. We grew up in the South in the 90s. It was fucking Billy Graham territory. Like, I grew up like 30 minutes from the Billy Graham library. Like, it was that shaped a lot of our childhood and who we are today. So we've been on this mental health journey for a hot fucking minute.
It's been a while, yeah.
It's been a while. Some of us that we're taking... Doing healing at our own speed and our own experiences, and that's where we're at. So that is Waking Up. Welcome. I'm trying to modify and evolve our disclaimer. Don't fucking sue us.
Really?
Don't fucking sue us. That's pretty much the end of it. Don't fucking sue us, because we're not professionals, and this is not that.
I did it because these two podcasters said to do it. No, that doesn't work.
Nope.
I get my mental health from these two. No, we don't. No.
Not it. And we will be the first to tell you that. And that's been our disclaimer for a long time now. So.
Yes, it needs to be disclaimed every single time.
Yes.
And here we are. So.
All right.
You sent this to me, and you're like, I didn't do it. It was Logan. Logan did it.
It was Logan. And when Logan came up with that, I was like, oh my God, this is perfect, because you're studying for your certification.
I am studying for it.
And I was like, it's all about like. So why don't you tell us what we're talking about today, Sean, since I did the disclaimer?
All right, so today's episode is the rebrand of me. Now with fewer red flags, or fewer bugs in the code, because that's what Logan decided today's theme was gonna be. The tech, the code, the release notes, the patch notes. because we all read the patch notes every single time. I know we do.
I actually do.
Really?
I do, like, whenever Apple has you have an update or whatever, and here's what it's fixing. I actually read I'm that weirdo that will actually read what it's fixing. Because I'm like, I don't know what was broken. What was broken?
You don't want to know what was broken.
Everything's broken. And I know, it's fine. But basically, the rebrand of me is about how we evolve. Just like I said at the beginning, like we evolve over podcasts, we evolve over time, our healing, and how we reinvent ourselves. And with every new learning experience, bad thing, good thing, whatever, we become different people. And how fucked up it is, and how just when we think we patched one thing, we realize something else was broken.
It really is like code fixes. It really is like, because I work in software development world, so I know how all that stuff happens and how that stuff works.
That's why this was really, really funny, because I totally didn't plan this, and this was great. I just thought it was hysterical.
And I was like, oh my, it was so. You put out these notes. You make it sound like it's really good. You fix some stuff. But you may have broken something else in the process. You don't know. Some of it is hopeful fixes, like we think we fixed it, but we don't really know if we did. Some of it is fixed as long as you don't do this one thing. If you don't push this one button, it's fixed.
And then you have it's broken. We want to fix it, but there's like a period somewhere in this long line of like text, and you're like, fuck it. I don't know what's wrong with it.
I have no idea. No idea. But just like everything else, AI is going to fix it all.
Oh, well, yeah.
Of course. We're just gonna put ourselves into the AI and let it thing.
But why it's like, for those of you who weren't here when we first signed on, I was talking about how I'm the favorite host, because when Sean was doing the intro, I'm the favorite. Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm the favorite. It's because I'm the only one in Team AOA that has girly parts, right? And for the longest time, the pick-me girl, like, that was like, first I was the pick-me girl. I was the pick-me woman. I was the cool girl. I was those things. And then once I started healing and just accepting who I am and my likes and my dislikes and my friends and who I am, and then I became terrified. Am I the pick-me girl? Am I being performative? And am I just like, oh, it's because I'm an attractive female that's smart and everybody wants to fuck me? Because, I mean, they do. But, I mean, am I the pick-me girl now? Am I still the pick-me girl? And, like, do I need to find the female friends so that I am not the pick-me girl? And it's just... It's exhausting.
It became a consuming, wasn't it? That self-identity of I'm the pick me person, of they only like me because of X, and it gets in there, and it becomes a very protruding bug. It becomes a very, like, it doesn't.
He's gonna start talking IT, y'all. Oh, he froze. Is that me? Oh, no, now he didn't froze. You froze.
Oh, you froze.
You froze.
One of us froze. We froze. Oh, yeah.
No.
I froze. I froze in a very weird position, too.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it becomes a very easy workflow to hit. It becomes very, when that wound is kind of like pushing out so hard, it doesn't take much for someone to tap it. Accidentally, of course. It can happen accidentally, and then it's like, oh my god, all the thoughts. That bug becomes that error message comes really big.
Yeah, and it's like you feel like, I'm not scared to be the pick me person. I am the one that chases everyone away. Well, yeah. The fact that you're self-aware of that, if you don't want to be the person that chases people away, means you can choose not to chase people away. It's a choice. And I hate hearing that, Asta, so I know that probably like poked something, and I like do apologize, but at the same time, I'm going to tell you the truth. Like, if you're aware that you chase people away, then like, because I was the same way. It's like, I have these people who in my life who are using me and all these things, then it's a choice. I can choose not to engage with this person. I can choose, whatever I do, they'll leave me anyways. Will they leave you?
Or is it a self-fulfilling prophecy? Yeah, that's often.
There's Sean's. There's Sean's.
Right
there's Sean's right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely push people away. I will absolutely distance myself, isolate myself, keep people at a distance.
Will you?
So that it's easier. I will. Yeah. Yes, I will. Yeah. So that, when they eventually decide, when they eventually realize that I'm not perfect and they don't want me around because I can't do something for them, then, it's not a big deal when they leave, when they walk away.
Cat is gonna eat me.
Mom. Just one poke at a time.
Okay, I am wearing shorts, so I can't put you. So here, I'll put your whole bed in my lap. There you go. How's that?
You don't want her kneading on the skin?
No, I need to cut her nails. So look. Look. Happy kitty. Like she has her pet and she's in my lap.
Soft kitty, warm kitty.
She's naked kitty.
I don't remember that line in the song, Naked Kitty.
No, my friends had a shadow WhatsApp group where they literally were talking about leaving me.
Oh, that's messed up.
That is fucked up.
That is, yeah.
Were they really your friends?
Yeah, it sounds like they really weren't. They were just pretending. That's messed up. I'm sorry. That does definitely leave a wound.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm sorry about that, Asa.
Yeah, that's awful. I'm sorry.
I mean, I've been on the receiving end of that, so I mean, I know that it sucks. Okay, can you stop hitting my mic, please? Can you get settled?
I'm the one who thinks that exists.
Are you now?
Yeah, that's the intrusive thoughts that I have sometimes. Are they must have a group chat. They have a group chat without me.
I mean, I have group chats without you, and we have talked about you before, but
there you go. I have proof. But no, my intrusive thought takes it a step further. They're like, it's the negative, it's the really negative stuff. They're gonna leave me. Yeah, those are things that I've had.
Most of the time, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to be out. We're practicing. My therapist and I are practicing radical honesty. It's been so fucking great. Let me tell you how great this radical honesty bullshit has been. So fucking great. So great. So great. But I will tell you the truth. We have had group text talking about you and your negative behavior. However, it's been, I don't know what to fucking do. I don't know. Like, it has been more of an intervention discussion than it has to be, we're going to just leave him discussion. It is I'm at my wit's end. What the fuck do we do, guys? We got to, like, this can't continue. And we need to help this man. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Fix the bug.
Fix the bug.
How do we fix the bug?
So it's been talking about your negative, like we have talked about your negative behavior, but it has always been in the terms of what do we fucking do to get him, like, to correct.
Course correct.
Course correct. So it has been half true, but not nearly as catastrophic as you think it is. It is us loving you enough to go, what the fuck?
All right. I can understand that.
Though I know you've been in chats where you have fucking had, like, but it's all been more like, let's see how upset we can make Anna on podcast on air without her.
There have been group chats like that, but that is not something I usually try to steer the other direction.
Oh, well, you know what? Asta said, I only know because one of them got a new girlfriend. She was disgusted. See, and that is somebody, she's like, you shouldn't be doing that to somebody else, and decided to be honest with you, and that is a good person.
Yeah. That's really messed up.
It is messed up. Oh, Oh, but okay. So when we heal, getting back on track because
we tend to divert.
But like when we heal, okay, we have a tendency to want to. It's almost like a snake shedding their skin. You're just like, okay, I've outgrown this person. I want to, and we do it from the time we were little kids. Like we want to become and evolve into different people. And then we also like, just if you think about it, we want to rebrand ourselves. It's like, okay, I know I've been this person, but we're the new and improved. You know that, like, you feel like you need to have that, like, sticker.
Yes, the big banner
new
across.
And improved 2.0, 3.0.
Yeah. However, 0.0, whatever we need. Yeah, and we want to advertise it because it's not just we want to do it, because a lot of times it's not just about healing and moving forward and improving. It's about showing people. I know in the past it has been, I need to show them that I have improved. And that unfortunately that's actually more of a factor than the healing itself. It's I want to show you that I'm better. I want to show you that I've improved. And that is a bit of a red flag. When the most important part is showing people something, it may not be true. So you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. You're good. Yeah. We're ADD enough. We derail
ourselves.
Yeah,
we derail ourselves.
Like we literally, I think I said something and Sean broke out in a song and we were singing. Like we do it ourselves. It's all right.
I was all up on VeggieTales earlier. You missed it.
Oh God. All right. So there is a huge difference between evolving as a person and genuinely evolving versus shape-shifting, sort of masking, cosplaying.
Ooh, yeah.
As this healed person, as this thing. Because I can tell you. Okay, you talk about like, and every
space.
I know every reinvention of yourself, like you go through these stages in life, you grow and you evolve and you change, and that's just life. But like if you look at my mental health videos from like 2021 to now
on YouTube.
God damn it. It's so bad because it's like and I even did like even 2 years ago I did a let's watch my old videos and I'm commenting on that.
Good.
And I was just like, oh my God, I had no fucking clue. Like I had no clue. Now some of the stuff I said, okay, pretty solid, like still I still believe in some of the things, but my point of view and how like around it's just, and how performative it was and how I was cosplaying as this healed person. And I was like, I had so much shit I still needed to deal with that I still need to deal with. But I was like, no, we're gonna.
That at the time, that was where you were at.
It was where I'm at. And I gotta, like, okay, I get it. My therapist says I gotta give myself grace. That's where I was when I was there, and that's who I was when I was there. And we do have to accept that. Like, we look back on that and you're like, I was so fucking fake.
It's cringy. It's
so
pretty cringy.
Cringe.
Yeah. And I know when we first started this podcast, like for that's the cringy ones for me. Is like for so many of those early episodes, it was performative for me. It was, here, let me tell you a story, as opposed to actually talking about what's really happening, the emotions. And we had in case you're wondering what that look is on Anna's face, we had conversations about this. She's like, I'm not doing this anymore. If this is what it's going to be like, if this is what you're going to do, I don't want it. We're done. We're done with this. And I mean,
because I was over here I was trying to be honest, at least where I was at, and then you were over here telling fucking stories. I was like, no, this is not story time with Sean. Like, if either you're going to put your shit out there or you're not. You either have to be brave and vulnerable on this show or not. And if that's where you're at, that I told him, if that's where you're at, that's fine. Then I will do this shit by myself. because I'm not going to be sitting here going, oh, here, I'll put you on the sacrificial altar every single Sunday while I sit back and just, wave at you and go, you're doing great. Like, I'm not doing that shit.
No,
I don't need so.
Absolutely.
And so, but with every reinvention of yourself, so like here was a hard lesson that I was afraid of, and I've actually experienced over, like, even especially since I've started doing my massive healing and I moved out, and I started living on my own and doing some real detailed, hard, intensive work, is that people are going to slowly weed themselves out of your life. And people are like, well, you've changed.
I hate that phrase.
Yeah. And especially for people pleasers, and especially for people who grew up with, like, the need and to make sure you're doing whatever you can to keep people in your life. It's like, oh, you've changed. Did I change? I mean, yeah, actually, I did change. You know what? I did change. And why is that a bad thing?
Yes. That's part of why I hate that phrase, you've changed. It's because every time I've received it, it has been a pejorative, a very negative connotation. It's the, you've changed. I don't like that you've changed. I don't want that. I don't want that to have happened. I want things, and there's the implied, I want things to go back to the way they were. And especially if you are in a healing journey and that's where the context of this thing, and as a people pleaser, like you said, that's hard, because that's what we want to do is right. I want to make things okay between us. So do I just go back to the way they were? But yeah. I hate that phrase.
And this has been a topic several sessions now that I'm out of my depression, and I'm actually starting to go, but now that I'm not in survival mode in that aspect and all of the shit that's happened to me in September and et cetera and so forth, I'm starting to actually pull things back in and actually start working on more. Now I was like, okay, we're going to go back to doing some work. And the thing that I learned is I have CPTSD, which is a long exposure to trauma. Now, PTSD is a traumatic event, one major traumatic event that happens to you that traumatizes you. CPTSD is where you have a long exposure to that trauma for an extended period of time. Basically, I grew up in traumatic, unsafe environment. And so in said that, I, over time and many years and decades, I developed this person in this environment that was unsafe that kept me safe. So our favorite game, is it my personality or is it my trauma? And learning, I'm not healing the person that I was. What I'm doing is creating the person that I am.
Ooh, that's good.
And how difficult that is, because now I play the game. Is this my personality or is this my trauma? Do I do this because it's a weird quirk that I have, or do I do this because, and it becomes a questioning game. Is this really who I am? For example, I'm way more comfortable being around men. Am I more comfortable But yes, I'm more comfortable around men, but I have learned now that I'm healing my insecurities and all of these things, I'm not just comfortable. I'm comfortable around women too. But I was made to think that because I was insecure that I'm having this competition, but it's not. Mm-hmm. And it's over time. It's just that whole, I'm trying to figure out who I am in all of this.
That's the hardest part, is trying to figure out what is me and what is my trauma. But my former therapist had actually brought up a good point because I mentioned, I use that a lot. He's like, I honestly, doesn't matter. I mean, it's fun. It's fun to identify like which is it. But he's like, does it matter? And I was like, what do you mean? He said, pretty much everything is. Everything is like comes back to something. It
Right.
doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
so okay, so your personality, so your trauma has made you do this. It's made this part of personality. Okay. Is that bad? Not necessarily.
Right. And developing and changing and evolving isn't
Yeah.
necessarily about like, oh, well, I have to change because
I
it was
have to change everything.
because it was something I developed as something to protect myself in my trauma. Is this something that I actually have to change? Or is
Yeah.
this something that I just accept?
I was so fixated on fixing everything. I can you believe it, right? I wanted to fix
Stop.
everything. I know,
Stop
crazy.
it. Stop
And so
it.
it's like everything that came up, everything's like, oh, I did this and I want to change that. I did this and I want to change that. And he's like, oh, that found out something else that I do. And he's like, you see everything that you do as this negative, negative idea, this negative this something to fix. You see yourself as something to fix, and
Yes.
you're not
Yes.
something to fix.
That you're the problem. That
Yeah, you're
there's
not
always a problem.
Yeah, that there's always
Yeah.
going to be a problem. There's always and
Yeah.
in my head when I start compounding all of these things, when I start taking all these things that I've said, or oh well, that's my trauma. I compound them and I add them up, and like there's a point where I've added so many up that I start to feel very broken.
Hmm.
Like, oh, I've got because like there's a chasm that opens up, and I'm like, I'm never gonna cross this chasm. I'm
Right.
never gonna fix all of these things.
Hmm.
He's like, you don't have to.
Oh,
You're-
yeah.
It's not a chasm. You don't. It's
And
just,
that's really hard. That's really hard when you start healing because you
It
start
is.
healing things, you start becoming aware.
yes.
And I think that's the thing
That's
is
the-
like you start becoming very, very aware of things you do, things you say, people, your types of people you're around, your
Yes.
clothing choices, your activities that you like to do or don't do. It's like it's a whole thing. And you feel like I need to or go to rebranding and or like a software launch or whatever. I have to have all the bugs fixed
yes.
before I launch this new person.
Yes.
And it's not the case. And
No.
that you can't, and that they're like, that the bugs that happened 5 iterations ago are never going to come back.
Mhm.
That's not also not the case.
Yeah.
You're going to evolve and become a new person over time. And there's shit that's just going to carry with you. Here, speaking of rebranding, we are not sponsored by Coca-Cola, but I am using this as an example. So here you go. I'm just letting you know that we are not sponsored by
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, even though I fucking love Coke. So, whatever, judge me all you want. However, when Coke started out, it had real cocaine in it.
Mhm.
It was not good for you, but people loved it because it was
It's
great.
still not
It
very
tasted
good for
great.
you,
No, but exactly.
Uh-huh.
You took out the cocaine and it carried through. And
Yeah.
look at all the logo rebrandings. Look
Oh,
at all
yeah.
the things that have like evolved over time with that brand. But it's still got a fucking shit ton of sugar and it's still going to
Mm-hmm.
corrode your teeth and it's going to do all of the things and it's not good for you. Duh, people love the feeling of cocaine, right? But it's still not good for you. But it's still a better version of what it originally was.
Yeah. And they're happy with where they're at.
Right. And it's and just like that, it's like it's a brand that a lot of people love. It's a brand that is like it's over a century.
Mm-hmm.
And it has like I've been to the fucking museum. I don't know how many times. I still love it. I mean, I love like if I really do love the Coke brand. I don't know why. I don't know. It's I don't know. Something brings me joy. But we also now have like Coke Zero, where it doesn't have sugar, and they even say that's bad for you. Or some people that just don't drink soda. It's the same way with you as a person. Some people just like, well, I quit drinking soda, so I don't deal with Coke anymore. It's the same way with people. I just don't do X, Y, and Z. I don't involve myself with this anymore, so I just don't hang out with them. I don't talk with them anymore, and that's not a bad thing.
No, there are people that are going to love you. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to turn Coke into a health drink in order for people to love you. People are going to like you, and then there's people that are not going to like you. Whatever, it doesn't matter what you become or what you do. Sometimes the attempt, the forced rebranding. That's the thing. Sometimes you're performing the rebrand. You're trying to make it look like rebrand. Crystal Pepsi is a good example of that. Let's do something new. No, you shouldn't have done that. That was not. I don't think that was the right move.
I remember when they brought it back. And I totally had it. It's not
it. It's not very good.
And I was like, oh my God. And I drank it. And I was like, yep, this is as shitty as I thought it was. Exactly. This is as shitty as I remember it was. And it's the same thing. You're like, oh, hey, and I go, yep, still, you know what? Not my cup of tea. Some people love that. Distill. Okay, great seeing ya. Good seeing ya. It was good hanging out, good catching up on just to see you in the next 15 years. Like, it's fine, and people treat you that way, and that's okay. I think that's one of the things where I grew up is like I had to stay in contact with everybody all the time. I had to remain. We had to be friends, and we had to constantly like. I don't have the time or energy.
Yeah, it takes a lot of energy to do that.
Yeah,
to keep everybody at that level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coding is effective when you focus. When you, instead of trying to shotgun everything, because that's what some people will do. Is I'll try to do this and that and this and that. And I've dealt with this with my therapy. Like I go into therapy, I'm like, oh, I want to fix this. I want to fix that. I need to do something about this. And like when he has me focused on a specific topic, I go in feeling like, should I be working on other stuff? I know I've got other areas that I want to work on. We're going to focus here. We're going to get this to a good place. Otherwise, you end up with a whole bunch of still half broken stuff. No. So I know, right? So I don't have to fix everything, and I don't have to fix a bunch of things all at once, and I don't have to fix it right now. In this moment, it has to be boom. It's fixed. It's going to take some time to fix it. It's going to take some time to write the new code. It's going to take some time to test the new code.
Can you tell he's been studying for his certification?
I'm good with the theme.
We often feel the need to make this big announcement, like new and improved update. We got this big update coming your way, when it's really not a big update. No, it's really not. It's just a fucking little, like, all of a sudden you're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm no longer losing my shit when somebody mentions my mother. Like, it doesn't mean I'm fucking healed or I'm any different of a person, but to me that's a big update, and I need to make sure people know that I have set boundaries, and I can hold boundaries, and I can.
Wait, so you're saying you don't put the really long Facebook post out there talking about I am leaving Facebook for my mental
anymore?
Okay.
Yeah, anymore.
Healing doesn't require a PR team.
No.
For a rebrand.
No.
Healing is, and usually the most healing you do is kind of quiet.
Yeah, but Sean, you are like, I'm gonna throw you. Here you go. You feeling this? You feeling this? Me pushing you in front of the bus. But you're very much like that. In that especially when it comes to your the mind relationship, there's a lot of times where I don't want to talk to you about things that are bothering me. I don't want to tell you I'm still triggered by these things. So I'm going to pretend to be okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep.
Because I told you I was healing, and I told you I'm working on this. I told you that I'm patching it up, and I told you I've got some fixes for that. Okay, that's great. But sometimes the code is still glitchy. Sometimes it's not all completely fixed, but you'll pretend like everything's fine.
Yes. Gotta bring Max into this. Your Facebook.
She blocked him. That's when she blocked him.
Really?
She wrote that post. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what, because apparently, apparently he said something on a WDI podcast, and because she was still, following him and following us. Yeah. And she didn't like that. And that's the post she sent, and then blocked everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my ex blocked me as well. That was a fun one. It was a fun experience. It was a long post. It was. Those are the best. Those are great. Yes, I don't like to talk about it. I don't like to. I go from it's fixed while behind the scenes trying to fix it. It's that vulnerable. I don't like to show that. I don't like. Here's my paradox. I struggle to be vulnerable, but I also want deep connection. That's a paradox. Because you can't have one without the other. Yeah,
I'm just gonna sit here and let you sit in that discomfort.
Oh, yeah, that is a struggle, and I am aware of that struggle, and I have in my head I do these like I want to feel more connected. Okay, well, if you want to feel more connected, you should be vulnerable, be open, say this thing. Talk about what you're dealing with, you're going through, and then the other side's going, nah, I don't want to do that. That's not safe. But then I'm like, but I want to feel connected, and then it's just ugly back and forth, and I'm like, oh God, it's exhausting.
So. Okay, this is one on our notes that just fucking. It's like, we love to rename bad habits with fancy language when we reinvent ourselves. Self-isolation becomes intentional solitude.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Like how many? But Sean, you and I both. You and I both do that. Yeah. Like it's that whole now. Okay, for me, like I just said, I am working on radical honesty. So, and I use that term a lot, radical honesty, because it's what I'm working on in therapy. But what it is just being honest. It's not radical anything. It's just honest. And it's just it is the action of not change, not prettying up my words on my feelings or twisting how I feel or what I think to make others more comfortable. It is just the act of being honest. But I'll say it's my therapist wants me to be radical honest. I've done it 3 times in this podcast.
You have, yeah.
Radical honesty. Oh my God. It's just, but it had and that's what we focus on. It's like, oh, this is the next.
It becomes our buzzword. It becomes our thing to say.
Yes.
Protecting your peace is another one of those that will sorry. That I'll put that out there. I'm just protecting my peace. No, I'm just avoiding dealing with the problem.
But I hate when people go, I'm just protecting my peace, or what is the other one that just totally drives me up the fucking wall? You're being toxic.
Ooh, yeah, toxic has become this
whole, overused. You're being so toxic, right? And gaslighting. Gaslighting is another one. You're just gaslighting me. Am I gaslighting you, or am I just voicing, I don't know how many times, stop gaslighting me, bro. Or am I just not letting you talk over me? Am I not letting your feelings and emotions dictate mine? Just because I would be gaslighting if I'm telling you, no, you shouldn't feel that way.
Yes.
No, that's not how you remember it. Or am I saying, well, that's not how I feel about it. That's not what I think about it. That's not how I remember it happening.
Yeah. Because two people can remember something in different ways. It's a thing. Communicating how you feel about it and how you remember it does not mean you're trying to gaslight the other person.
No. Or am I saying that how I remember and interpret it is not the same as yours?
Yeah. It's not that's not gaslighting. People are that and toxic have become huge overused, used improperly buzzwords.
Yes. And toxic. Oh, you're being toxic. Am I being toxic or am I setting a boundary? Am I being toxic or if I just being honest and it's something that makes you uncomfortable? Like
or holding you accountable for your actions. That one. Yeah.
If I'm being toxic, I will be the first to go, okay, well, I will stop. But that's what, like, having conversations and being uncomfortable and confronting the problem. But you're not protecting yourself. You're not evolved.
Yeah.
But we've all done it, and we all do it.
It's where the little bit of therapy can be harmful.
The unfortunate part of therapy becomes so accepted is people are using the buzzwords to weaponize it.
That's what I mean by like a little bit of therapy. And because of with social media and like TikToks and IGs and stuff, there's so many therapy words out there now without especially being used by people who aren't in therapy. And working through something, and they're grabbed onto, and then they're like Jay said, what they're weaponized,
or they use use therapy as a weapon.
Yeah, well,
or avoidance.
Yeah. They have just a little bit of therapy, and then they use it to get whatever they want, or to push other people by using those words to make it sound like.
Sean, we might as well just raise our hands because both of you and I are both absolutely guilty of that.
Yeah, it's true.
There are people who do gaslight and think they're being honest and manipulative. But see, that's the thing. That is also like a thing of where you're going, okay, it becomes very confusing, especially when you start growing and evolving, because you're like, something isn't right. It doesn't fit anymore. This isn't the right, like, I'm protecting my peace. I'm not going to let you hold me accountable for my shitty behavior without trying to shame you for calling it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, right there. Yeah. That. We can disagree, and I can tell you my opinion and voice how I feel about something, and it does not mean I am harming your peace.
But see, he's like, we fix one bug and create another emotional glitch. Like, yes, so and John and I were also talking about this at the very beginning. It's like we fix something and we're like, yes, I know, I am aware. I have become aware of when I'm triggered, and I have become aware of when I like things that bother me. I'm becoming aware and whatever of my triggers. And now what do I do instead of like, okay, I need to emotionally regulate? Instead, you just avoid. Yeah. You're then just like, oh, well, no, I'm triggered, so I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yes. Yeah.
No, that's okay. So now you're aware. That's step one. Now you still need to do step 2 through 10, like, but then it becomes like this whole thing. Where now you're creating this whole other problem, because now instead of just agreeing with them, now you accept you're triggered, and then you're now trying to compensate for something else. You fix something to break something else.
One that Miko Miko brought up several times in her.
Okay, you're making me sweat. Okay.
In both her podcast, and I think she did it in WDI, is the people around you are not responsible for your triggers. And that's one that's been weaponized.
Fucking love that one. I love when she says that. Miko, I love you.
Yeah.
Miko, that is like one of my that still lives in my head rent free.
You can be sensitive and aware of people's triggers, but you're not responsible for that trigger. And so that was because that's one I think that has been very weaponized, where you're triggering me. It's your trigger. It's your trauma to deal with.
Right.
So it creates this this expectation of everyone has to walk on eggshells to avoid everyone's triggers or that person's trigger or whatever. And it's one thing to go, okay, this triggers me. If this triggers me, it's my responsibility to avoid that if I can. It's also my responsibility to work on that. And I think instead of working on it, it's this just triggers me. It becomes like I've done this with my ADD. It's one thing to say this explains it. It's another thing to blame it. So like for me, for the longest time, I was like, oh, well, it's my ADD. My ADD causes this. And that was not explaining why I did what I did. It was trying to excuse it. It's not necessarily the same thing. So yeah, this triggers me. Okay, so are you trying to work on that? Are you trying to improve that so that you're not triggered as much, or you manage it better? And I think people tend to just go, well, that you triggered me. You don't trigger me.
Well, and then Asta says, if something or someone triggers me, I leave, which is a good is a good I know that for me was a very good coping. Okay, I am triggered. I need to remove myself from whatever is triggering me. But there's a flip side, again, being aware of things that trigger you, and then you're like, I am triggered, I need to leave. That is also step one. I had to learn, okay, I am triggered, I need to remove myself, but then there are other things that I need to do after I've removed myself. And understanding there are going to be some things that are going to constantly trigger me and that are just going to always be there. That's not just patching. There's no patching some of these things. It's trauma that's going to live with me. Okay, great. Sort of like, for example, like my mom. Anytime my mom came around, anytime my mom got mentioned, anytime I was emotionally laid out for days. But then I had to learn, okay, I'm triggered. What is the source of that trigger, and what can I do so that I can not necessarily not be triggered, but move through the trigger?
That's good.
So that I'm not constantly missing my life and removing myself from my life.
Yes.
Because I'm triggered. Because there are a lot of, not just my mom, but just a lot of different things that fucking but then I go, I'm triggered. I need to take a second. Okay, what is the source of it? What is it triggering? Where is that source? Okay, if that's the source, then okay, I found what the wound that got poked. Now I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to do the thing.
What's the tool?
Right.
What tool am I using? Yeah,
sometimes it means different tools.
Yeah. Well, and that came up in my therapy session, was like, okay, so what caused the trigger, and then what did you do through that? And
tell me our community's geeks. So that's telling me our community's geeks. They are all hung up on this computer code shit.
They absolutely are.
I fucking love it. It's
fantastic.
It is fantastic.
Yeah, it's what are the tools that you're using? Which sometimes, this is one that I didn't understand at first, was that distraction is a tool. It shouldn't be the only tool that you pull out, but it can be an initial tool. When I get incredibly triggered, like to the point I've escalated so much that I'm not even thinking straight. Distraction is probably the best tool, just to get myself out of that space, to bring myself back down. And whatever that, distraction, gaming or something that just completely takes me out of my head, that's fine.
But
yes, it can't be the only thing that I do.
You have to always go back to it. And
yes.
so many people like they leave the situation, or they get distracted, or they, whatever it is, they do that. That's great. That is great.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, to actually work on and get through the process, that's the worst part. Going, but saying, I am in a better headspace, I am in a better space, I need to go back to it and face it, even though it's going to make me uncomfortable.
Yes. Distraction is the thing. Distraction doesn't solve it. Distraction is the thing to bring you down, so you're not triggered, so you're in a better headspace for you to then go and deal with.
Okay. I have to ask you these questions because you're the computer guy. What are your current patch notes?
Oh, God. You want to know my patch notes? I don't think you're ready for my patch notes.
I am ready for your patch notes. I want to know what your patch notes are right now.
Okay.
And only what can you do for me? Yes.
There are people that will intentionally try to trigger you.
Oh, absolutely.
That is in bad faith. People will trigger you in good faith. They just at some point they end up hitting on something that triggers you. It happens. When it's in bad faith, when they're intentionally saying things or doing things to just slam that home, that's when you got to reevaluate who you're. Yeah, you have some history. You have something to say. That's when you have to evaluate, why am I around these people? And maybe I shouldn't be.
Hard Lessons 101, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. Yep. I graduated out of 101. I
better for it.
Better for it. Oh God, now I'm triggered. Fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. No. But see, here's the thing: is I am no longer like feeling all I can do. No, fuck that. Fuck that shit.
Okay. The old Sims game. Yeah, you no longer have to attend graduation. Well, oh, that's fantastic. They're not quite that interesting, I don't think. All right, you ready? Ready for a couple of them?
I am.
New features. No longer rolls nat 20s on self-doubt checks.
I love how you looked at Logan. You know, for this, I'm going to do that too.
Oh yeah, I totally did. I mean, Logan missed a few of them, but I was like,
I'll do it too. I'll do it too. You go ahead.
Okay, so no longer rolls nat 20s on self-doubt checks. Now, that doesn't mean I don't roll a 19. I'm just not hitting nat 20s constantly on self-doubt checks. Deploys polite but firm no before burnout occurs. That's one that's a new feature that I have successfully rolled out most of the time. Ooh. No, that's not a new feature. Some of these are works in progress, not necessarily new features. They are future release things. Okay, no,
Hi, Nev.
In the beta version of the software, includes experimental I don't owe anyone an explanation mode. Yeah, there you go. I
love that.
Right.
Polite but firm no takes notes.
Polite but firm no, yeah, exactly, right.
Why are my patch notes super long? Jesus fucking Christ.
Mine
okay. All right, well, read some of the...
Okay. REST, it now includes a REST API, radical emotional self-tolerance.
Does it?
Sort of. Added self-care functionality that no longer triggers guilt notification.
That one still needs to be that one
it's
still
in beta. It's in beta.
Okay, my bad.
Some of these are beta versions.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay, here's bug fix. Oh, see, I don't know how many of these are bug fixes or like we attempted to improve it, but it still might occur. Fix issue where self-worth stat tied to productivity XP. Patched reoccurring what if anxiety loop that calls system freeze at 2 a.m. Now that's not a fix. That's not been fixed yet. We're still working on that one. Resolved memory leak where old shame resurfaced during unrelated tasks. Nope, that is a work in progress.
Bethesda development team. Yeah. You know, Pip, I'm a computer guy, and some of your lingo here is hurting my head.
Right, I know. That was the point.
All right, you get 2 more patch notes.
Okay.
Could you read slow?
I do. Okay. Reduced load time between feeling an emotion and naming it.
Yes, you've patched that one. I feel like it may be 0.03 seconds, but it's still a reduction.
It was a fraction of a
reduction. It's still a reduction. You know what? I'm there. Okay. We're gonna go with that one as a win.
All right. Improve stamina regen after social encounter.
I still don't have that one. That one's that's not working in the Dragon update.
Again, improved is a matter of gradation. It's a slight improvement. All right.
Okay.
Give me reasons.
Dragon OS version 10.19.25. Okay. Title: Less crying in bathrooms, more breathing in fire update. Developer: Team Therapy, 2 hatchlings, and 1 very patient team. Okay, cool. Release date: today, because healing doesn't wait for a convenient time. You can go fuck yourself. Okay, system stability. Patched a recurring loop where childhood trauma triggered the "I'm the problem" error message. Bitch!
Yeah. Logan is not nice.
Fixed a crash where when exposed to parental guilt tripping, now reroutes to "that sounds like a you problem." Emotional firewall upgraded, now auto blocks gaslighting, love bombing, and have you tried praying more malware?
Oh my god.
Introduced emergency reboot feature, scream, cry, nap, tested stable, 5 out of 5 stars. Increased resistance to passive aggressive text attacks from level 3 to Dragonborn Queen. Communication update. Replaced "it's fine" dialogue shortcut with "actually it's not fine and here's why."
Yeah.
Reduced emotional over explaining by 40%. Added a cooldown timer to "sorry for existing." Installed sarcasm filter that automatically distinguishes between coping and avoidance. A new voice modulator, calm tone, deadly accuracy, critical hit chance increased when saying "that's not my responsibility." Attachment patch upgraded from Codependent 3.0 to Secure-ish with Trust Issues Deluxe Edition. Fixer mode skill tree officially retired. Player can now observe chaos without adopting it. Introduced a relationship boundary buff. If they wanted to, they would. Dragon no longer hoards emotionally unavailable men. Hoard now includes peace, snacks, and purple candles. No candles. Mm-hmm. Maybe energy drinks, but not candles. Affection algorithm rebalanced. Equal input and output required. Default response to imbalance. Exit gracefully, then thrive.
Nice. It's a good patch.
Oh, God. Self-perception update. Ooh. Fixed lightning bug causing user to appear smaller than she actually is. Restored an "I'm a badass" confidence buff from the pre-marriage archives. Increased charisma stat during "doing my thing" moments. Player now receives bonus XP when complimenting herself out loud.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like those bug fixes and enhancements.
Known issues.
Yeah, we didn't get to mine.
Occasionally reverts to feral inner child mode when triggered. Expected behavior, hug or retreat is needed. Overthinking still runs in the background, sometimes disguised as productivity. Bitch! Random crying may occur mid-victory. This is a feature, not a bug. May experience mild withdrawal from chaos. Symptoms include boredom, peace, and emotional safety. Upcoming content: DLC, Boundaries 2.0, The Revenge of No. Expansion nice. Questline, learning to receive love without suspicion. No. Oh no, I'm gonna have to talk to the developers about that one. Cosmetic upgrade, radiant confidence with subtle dragon shimmer. Co-op mode improvements now supports relationships built on mutual accountability and inside jokes. And coming soon, joy without explanation. Pre-order bonuses include laughter, softness, and unapologetic rest.
I like it.
I don't know. I'm okay with that. That's fine. All right, beta testing the new you.
Yeah.
Normalize the awkward, imperfect phases of growth.
Everything is awkward. What are you talking about? The whole thing.
Sean is the king of I'm not going to release anything until it is perfect. Oh, there's your emotional support mug. How's that working out for you? Yes, he
also,
is.
I am also guilty of scope creep. So for anyone that doesn't know what scope creep is, it means every time I identify something else, instead of saying I'll fix that I'll do that in the future, I'm just gonna roll it in. And so every time I identify something else, I decide, oh, I shouldn't release that until I add this to it, and then I add this to it, and then I add this to it, and eventually the fix that the patch I'm supposed to put out never ends up getting put out because I constantly wanting to fix something before I put it out. Yeah.
I learned something new today. Just like, yeah.
There you go.
Every growth phase starts like a beta test. You roll it out quietly, hoping nobody notices the bugs. We all do it. We all beta test our like healing. We all beta test that. We're just like, and only our like closest, nearest, and dearest, or even some random person will notice. Yeah. They're like, that's a new feature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when you say no and you hold your boundary to no, and not only hold your boundary to no, but you hold your boundary to no and go, that's not my problem. I said no. Mm-hmm. And then somebody will be like, what? And they may not say anything, but they'll notice. They'll notice the new feature.
Yeah, people notice that's a big thing in my therapy. Anytime that I've started something new, it's always like, okay, we're not gonna release this to everyone. We're not gonna put this out for everyone to consume. We're gonna restrict it to a very small
test group.
Small test group, right? And we're gonna try it with something small. We're gonna make a little tweak, a little adjustment, and we're gonna see how that plays out.
This show has given me life. I don't know why. I think it's just appealing to the nerd in me. It's just like, this is fucking great.
Yeah, like we're gonna set, and we're not even gonna set a big boundary. We're just gonna set a small boundary. We're gonna practice. We're gonna tell one person how you feel instead of telling them that it's fine. You're actually gonna tell them what's going on. One person, just small. So that's how we roll that out, a little at a time. Hopefully.
But here's the issue.
Yeah.
You only know what works until you stress test it.
That's the next step. Yes. So first it's alpha.
Okay.
The alpha is I'm going to test this with one person. Then the beta is, okay, that worked out pretty well. I think I got most of the bugs worked out. So we're going to beta this with a few more people. Then we're going to stress test. We're really going to hammer that home.
I love the fact that like this is like Sean's like in his wheelhouse right now. And it's fucking great. It's like giving me life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to go straight from alpha to stress test. That's a bad idea.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Because there could be very unintended consequences of that alpha code.
So?
Have you ever set a boundary in an aggressive way? Have you ever set a boundary?
Who are you talking to? Who the fuck are you talking to?
That's my point.
Who are you talking to right now? Like I don't do the alpha beta test. I'm just like, fuck it, let's release it. Have you tested it yet? No, it's fine.
Telling one person how I feel is the alpha. I don't want to go straight to trauma dumping on people.
We have a podcast. That's what we do.
Y'all tune in. Y'all are here. You know what you're getting, right? If you're here for this beta test, you know what you're here for.
Oh, okay.
This is an open beta.
Oh.
Yeah, anybody that wants to can. Yeah, it's not a closed beta; it's an open beta. Focus group before the rollout. See, there you go. Exactly.
Play Bethesda games still on your site with limited beta. The game is the stress test. I am. Oh my god, am I a human version of Bethesda?
Oh my god.
I am the human version of Bethesda.
No, that's just. Self-deprecation is not acceptable here. Do not call yourself that. That is just wrong.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
No self-deprecation.
No. I love how I called myself Bethesda and you're like, no, we're not going to talk bad about ourselves.
Right.
No.
See, Jay's got my back right there.
Okay, but see, the thing is like the goal is fewer crashes, not a perfect program. Mm-hmm. And I think that's like, if you approach it that way, like, you're always going to be updating. Mm-hmm. And I think to stress that is that you're always going to be updating. But I mean, that's just the thing. Like, okay, if you're a PC person, Windows updates. I know Windows sucks. I know. And then you have the iOS updates with Apple. They don't change. They don't completely go, nope, we're not doing Windows anymore. It's done. It's finished. We're introducing doors. Like, you know, I mean, like, it's not this whole thing. It's, oh, we're taking Windows, we're taking the main part of the structure, but here are all of the things that we've updated to evolve for where we are now, where the world is now, where our needs are now. I'm the king of self-deprecation. Yeah, I know.
It may be easier, but it's not better for you. Yeah. Self-deprecation, whether it's external or internal, has been a big part. That's been a core, because that's me trying to address that core belief, my self-worth. Because a lot of the way I respond and the way I get triggered is based upon how I see myself and what my self-worth is. So that has been a big part of my journey of improving that, of not saying, not self-deprecating, out loud, and also not self-deprecating in my own head. That's
self-deprecation is you trying to hurt yourself before somebody else can hurt you.
Yes.
Period. And it's not good. There's nothing good about self-deprecation. And honestly, nothing really funny about it. Like, some people make their bread and butter and they're living about self-deprecating themselves, or that's how, but
in your mental health journey,
yeah,
no good comes of it.
No. And honestly, as to like Sean and I, you ain't got nothing on us. Like, you ain't got, like, what you don't see on the internet is like a constant, no, we don't do that. Yeah. We don't do, like, that's, we had to start calling each other out on that. Because if we constantly are self-deprecating and we're constantly hurting ourselves first, we're never going to heal the wound, because we keep poking at it. And going, I wonder why this is so irritated. Because I'm not letting it heal.
Yes.
Because I'm picking at the scab. I'm going to pick at it.
And when we do it as a joke, that's our coping mechanism. That's our unhealthy coping mechanism. Whatever, doing it and then doing it as a joke are combining those coping mechanisms to try to make ourselves, to try to deal with whatever we're feeling. Again, if I do it to myself, then other people can't do it to me.
Or if when people do it to me, I am not feeling, then I'm in on the joke.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not a good thing. It's a very, very unhealthy habit.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's very hard to break. Yeah, I'm not saying like it's very hard to break.
We still do it.
Yeah.
I just called myself Bethesda. I mean, there it is. Like, but I mean, we also say other things. I mean,
there are times, especially in comedy. Comedy tends to be self-deprecating, a lot of it. There are times where we are fully joking about it. We really honestly do not believe that. But then there are times where we say it jokingly, but we actually are feeling that. And it also should be few and far between. Even the self-deprecating, we don't really believe it. We have to be careful with that, because if I say that out loud enough, I'm eventually going to believe it.
Yep.
If other people say it about me enough, I'm going to believe it. You're looking at me funny. So that's why it's dangerous.
I'm not prepared for this beta. Hold on. I wasn't prepared for this update. Hold on. Bitch, you hit me like 8 times today.
I have. We pre-gamed this a little bit, actually.
When did this update happen? I missed the update. Did it auto update and I missed it?
It was quietly rolled out in the background. Yeah.
It updated overnight and I missed
you must have missed the notification. You missed the notification, yeah. Yeah.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, because that is very true. Like, what we say to ourselves, it's that self-belief, and we've talked about that on this podcast. It's the belief system. You say it enough, and you start, even like if you, it is like religion too. You say it enough, and you start to question, like you say, I don't believe that. I'm not really that way. I'm not really that way. Well, over time, you hear it enough and you say it enough, your brain gets sort of used to it, which opens the door to that belief system.
And it becomes comfortable. That's where the comfort comes in. When you're self-deprecating, especially in your own head, that becomes the norm, and that becomes the comfortable part. For like I'm trying to work on this, complimenting myself feels very weird.
Well, and that's what Asta says. It's easier than being nice to myself.
Yeah. Because I've grown so accustomed to talking to myself a certain way, to believing certain things about myself. So to go contrary to that feels uncomfortable. When the norm is unhealthy, healthy feels odd, feels strange, feels uncomfortable, and it's hard.
It is hard. And don't fix it all at once.
Yeah.
Not even software companies fix everything that's wrong with it all at once. They prioritize what needs to be done, what's the most important right now, and they make note. Like you know, Sean, you make notes. Okay, here's what I need. What is the emergency fix that I need to fix right now to make sure that I'm still functional and that I'm still like this fits where I'm at right now. But yes, this is the list of things that still need to be addressed and need to be fixed, but they're not so detrimental. Yeah. So yes, we still have this bug. This bug is still here. And it will eventually get addressed. But right now is not the time. Here's the big fix that needs to be fixed right now.
There's Sev 1, Sev 2, and Sev 3 bugs. Sev 1s for me are safety issues. If I don't fix this right now, someone's getting hurt. And that's true in mental health. You're having a Sev 1, you have a Sev 1 issue, that needs to be addressed. Otherwise, something bad's really going to happen. Maybe not right away, but it's going to at some point. Something's going to hit it, push the button, and something really bad's going to happen. Then Sev 2 and Sev 3, and then quality of life. So, we absolutely prioritize what we're going to do.
Okay, I have no idea. What is a legacy code?
Oh, okay. So legacy code is old code. It's code that's kind of been around for a really long time. Even if you revamp your software, there's always a piece of code that has been there for a long time. And usually it's code because either no one has any idea what it actually does. It's just there. Or two, it's so unwieldy that nobody wants to touch it, because if they poke at it enough, it blows everything up.
Making peace with past versions. That's what it said. Legacy code, making peace with
yeah, it's the stuff that's been around for a while.
is used for older people. It's like, yeah.
Yes, that's exactly it.
I like this saying. Healing means archiving, not annihilating. And I think that this is where, Sean, you and I both have talked about this. I know I'm not going to speak for you, but I know in past conversations we're both, like in my therapy, it's accepting where you were at that time. And then we talked about this earlier in the episode. It's one of those, it's not going, oh, I need to completely not acknowledge that this was the person I was. Because that's not helpful for you. If you just sit here and go, like if I am over here going, I want to completely delete out of my brain my 20s, what I call my dark 20s, which now I realize my dark 20s is really my traumatized 20s. My trauma was probably the worst. Like my childhood and my teens, those were definitely building up to my 20s was just but if I completely delete that, like you said, it will blow everything up, because then I am not over here, appreciating how far I've come. I have not learned the lessons. I am then I am opening myself up to repeating all of the mistakes, the re-traumatizing, I am repeating the same steps. I can't annihilate that because it is a part of my programming. It is a part of what made me who I am.
Yep.
So it's not about getting rid of it. It's about just taking it out of its main priority, that's main focus, and going, okay, we're going to archive it. I'm going to keep it. But it's going to be running in the background. It's going to be back there. It's not going to be in a main focus. It's not going to be the thing that's helping run the system.
Yeah. Absolutely. The assumption is that if that didn't happen, I would be better, which we have no way of knowing that that's going to be true. That is, it could be worse. It could be the trauma that you had may have directed you in a certain way. We don't know if something had been different, you would be very different now, but you don't know if that would be for the better. And we tend to approach that with the assumption we would be, but we don't know. We know who we are, and we know where we were, and that's what we have. So we work with that.
Ooh, here's one that hits. One that hits that we were just talking about. You can't hate yourself into being better.
Like you're talking about with the wanting to annihilate the legacy code is right. Why would we want to annihilate? Well, we don't like it. We didn't like what we were. We didn't like what we did. Sure.
I feel shame. I feel bad. I'm triggered by those memories. All of those, etc., so forth, so on. I hate that I had to go through that. I hate the person I was when I was trying to survive. I hate that person. Okay. Did we do questionable things? Yeah, sure. Were we trying to survive? Also, sure. Mm-hmm. Were we doing things that we aren't proud of and makes us feel a certain way when we think about it? Yeah. But without that, we aren't this.
Yes.
And that's the hard part for myself included. That's the hard part to accept.
Yes, absolutely.
You can feel guilty and ashamed about the actions that you did in that part of your life and still feel grateful and appreciative of that person and that time in your life. Mm-hmm. And that's really hard. I'm still struggling with that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
As my therapist likes to say all the time, maybe sounds very judgmental, and maybe you should give yourself a little grace.
I'm right there with you. The first time my late therapist, when we were talking about something from my past, it was very, like, he called me out on the same thing. He's like, "Whew, you are very harsh. You are being very judgmental. You're being very, like, you're angry about who you were, what you did. Like there's a lot of
Hate.
emotion. There's a lot of hate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so so that was kind of walk through, and then we got to a point where he's like, okay, so tell me about that. And I was like, and I was able to look at that moment with empathy. And I was like, that's a shift. He called that out. It's like, that's a difference. You were angry and now you empathize with who you were. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's hard, but it's very, very hard to get to that point.
And we're not, and yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was like, because we carry. It's not like it's just the one time I remembered this thing and I became angry about. No, it tends to be like, for me, it was something that I carried for so long. Anytime that memory came up, those emotions came up. So it's something I repeated throughout the years. So just being, oh, well, I'm gonna stop being angry and be empathetic. No, it doesn't happen over like a switch.
But the problem is like is we see ourselves that time in our life, like I say, my 20s, through the lens of somebody else.
You're so right.
We are viewing ourselves through the lens of somebody else, and going, I would never do that now. You're right. You would never do that now. That's why you are at 20.5 instead of 12. Like, yes, there have been times, but you had to go through that to become the person that you are now. You had to do the things and feel bad and go through the bad times and get treated badly or to go through that trauma. And it's really hard, but two things can't exist at the same time. Again, two things can't exist. You can hate that happened and that you were that person and still appreciate it and be grateful that you had that experience because it made you who you are today.
Yep.
And again, you can't hate yourself into being better, because what happens is that, just like Sean said, you're holding on to that.
Mm-hmm.
You're running that old code and it's slowing everything down.
Absolutely. Yep.
When really, okay, I don't want to throw this code away because this code is important, but it doesn't need to be in the main system. It doesn't need to be, what'd you call it, the tree, whatever it is. Like,
it doesn't need to be running in the background. I like that. You don't need it running in the background.
Right. Because it was told, and the other part is because others' behavior that confirms my beliefs.
Addressing your core belief is a difficult process, because it's something that we've held on to for so long. Something I've held on to for so long. So it takes a lot of it. You get to this point because you've been doing it for so long. It's going to take some time to adjust that, and it's not going to be perfect.
And it's surrounding yourself with the right people.
That is a big.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, no. Oh, what, Sean? We just hit something.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to frame it, because I was going to frame it externally, but I think I need to frame it internally. It is. I'm so afraid of abandonment that I will keep people around that are not healthy for me. Because when you're afraid of abandonment, anything is better than nothing. So keeping people around that are unhealthy for me I tend to lean that way, and it's really hard to realize I am better than that. Like it's not easy to go, I am better than that. I deserve better than that. I would rather not have these people in my life, and be over here on my own for a time, than to have these unhealthy people in my life. Because I'm never going to see myself better if I'm surrounded by people who tear me down. But when you have abandonment wound, That is very difficult. Anybody is not always better than nobody. Yeah.
And the thing is that it's a cyclical thing. It's a cycle. I want to heal. I want to get better. I want to start feeling better about myself. I want to start thinking better. I want to heal. But I also don't want to be alone. So I'm going to keep these people in my life that are reinforcing the negative behavior, negative talk. So then it must be true. So then I'll never heal. I'll never do those things. Well, these people abandoned me. These people left me. These people are mean to me. And then it must be true. I must feel this way. And it's a cycle.
It is.
And you have to break the cycle. You have to get off the ride.
Yeah.
And even then, Sean, I'm just as guilty though, so I'm not. I'm not just calling you out because I'm just as guilty because I can feel Jay's fingers like hovering over the camera. It's hard once you get off the ride. You know, even when you get off the ride, especially when you've been on it long enough, you still feel like you're on the ride a little bit. Mm-hmm. So it's really hard to recognize the people that won't abandon you, and it's hard to believe those people that support you and your new update and your new version. Because there are some people who will bitch and complain. I liked Windows Vista. Yeah, that bitch, like what the?
You need to go. Those people can just leave. But yeah, you're right. It's
I hate this new window. Oh my God, Jay hates Windows 11. He fucking hates Windows 11. I'm like, it's here. It's there. It's not going away. They stopped supporting it, dude. Like, it's just like, but it's one of those, like, for me, you're running on the new update, you're running the new features, and sometimes you don't even realize how much people love the new features and support the new features because all you're listening to are the people who are bitching about how they liked Vista. Like, you know,
they liked it because they were comfortable with it.
Look at you. You're so sexy right now. I can't, like, today, this episode. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah.
They liked the old version because they were comfortable with that version. They knew that version. They knew the inputs and outputs. And you've changed it on them, and they are not feeling that. And they have a choice. They can continue to complain and fuss about it. Or they can, okay, all right, well, that's the new version. All right, let's figure out how this fits in and what do I need to adjust? What's the adjustment that needs to be made?
Right.
Yeah. The parallels are pretty uncanny. There's a lot of parallels here.
Okay, so we're gonna just skim over the last section is final form, embracing the work in progress. No program is ever complete. No program is ever complete. A good solid program, they're never complete. You're always updating. You're always it's systems working. Mm-hmm. Are you going to need to do updates? Are you going to need to do new revisions? Yeah, but like in the end, we have to understand that. And this one, every version has helped build this one.
Yes.
You don't get Windows 11 without having Windows OG. You don't get Windows 10 without having Windows Vista.
I mean, well, if you look at the kernel,
we'll think of it this way: Windows Vista is our black 20s, our dark 20s.
You don't get Windows 11 without Windows NT.
Wasn't there a Windows ME?
There was an ME, yeah. We don't talk about ME.
But we still had it.
We did, yeah. The kernel changed from 98 to when they went up to ME or to the XP. They based it on. Never mind. It's we don't need to talk about that. I was about to geek out a little bit.
Hey, you're amongst friends here. I may not follow you, but most of our community is, so it's
the current OS was based more on Windows NT than it was based on Windows 98.
Oh, 98, Jesus.
I grew up on 3.11 and 95 and 98. Right. 3.11 for work groups.
Every time
Windows Home. Yeah, you're right.
Home. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah, we get.
Okay. He's like, admit you're in perpetual beta. It's freeing.
So it's like never mind. Yeah, we are.
Why are you censoring yourself? Why are you acting like I don't understand?
Because I had a brain fart. Yeah, that's why. That's why I was like, no, never mind.
Well, like, we're running in beta. It's always in beta, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you this right now. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you this right the fuck now. As somebody who's a graphic designer, and I use, let's talk about Adobe. Adobe Photoshop beta right now is my fucking life. Oh my fucking God. It is the beta version of Photoshop right now is doing shits that I was like, I'm like, oh my fucking God, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like, I have never been more excited. I was like, fuck regular Photoshop. I'm working in the beta all the time. Like, oh my God, like Photoshop beta, like the beta version is so much better than the regular version right now. And understanding that it's like, just because you're testing things out, just because you're implementing things and trying things doesn't make it necessarily, oh, you're gonna fuck it up. It just means you're adding features, and that's okay.
And figuring out what works, figuring out what works,
doesn't work.
Figuring out better ways to do something. Maybe the code is in the right direction, but maybe it's not as good as it could be, and so you need to make some tweaks to it.
And then all of a sudden it becomes within, next update, it's not beta anymore. It is who you are.
It's baked in, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Okay, here's some questions, and then we'll get ready to sign off. Okay. What's the one thing you'll never update?
Dad jokes. Dad jokes is a feature that will never go away. That is baked in, not happening. Nope.
Yes, it got the banana. Oh my God. Yeah, you should see actually some of the photos. I actually sent them to Sean
those were good. That the last one when you got rid of everybody, but and left yourself. I was like, that.
No, that was a solo picture of me anyway.
Oh, it was? Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought you had gotten rid. I was like, that's impressive. You got rid of everybody. All right.
No, but I mean,
but still the other ones, yeah. The fact that like it was so clean that
it looked like it was taking a picture right there. Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It looked like that was the background to begin with. So yeah.
What's the one thing I'll never update? Honestly, the one thing I'll never update is my neurodivergent thinking, like the weirdness. I hate saying weird because weird is such a like negative connotation, but like out of left field thoughts, like the goofiness of me. I feel like that is just no matter what I've done, even though I have tried to fucking write it out of my system. I've tried to write it out of my code. I don't know how many times, but like, yeah, what?
It's funny. Some of those things that we think are features that we should get rid of, or features that sometimes other people don't like some of our features, and so we think we need to write it out. But in doing so, it blows up everything. Like in doing so, it becomes a miserable program. And all we had to do was just put it back in there because we liked it in there.
We took it out. We took it away. It's just like anything. We took it away because we think, okay, we take it away and the system's going to run more efficiently and it's going to run better. Yeah. But actually what happens is it makes the whole program dull. It makes everything less than. It's like, oh, well, it's okay. But I think that's the one thing that I did put back in, and that I am now just going, fuck it. Like, and I think that also it also helps that I got my little hatchlings. I got their own little my own little apps, as it were.
You have applets.
I have apps. And my little apps, and they all both serve a different function of me, but they both have these off color, like goofy personalities that really, they feel safe with that, and it really helps. Like, oh, this is who I am. And that's okay. And it's because it's okay for them. It's okay for me. And allowing myself to know, if it's okay for my kids, if I'm okay with it in my children, why am I not okay with it in myself? And that was a big moment for me. That was me going, you know what? We'll update this. All right, we're going to put that back. We're going to put that back in. That was a feature that everybody seemed to like. And, here we go.
Sometimes the features that we think we need to remove or trim down are actually other people's favorite features of our software.
Yeah. Responding to appease bad user reviews cause system instability.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly it.
How do you celebrate being a work in progress?
How do I celebrate being a work in progress? I celebrate the fixes, the enhancements. I celebrate each. To me, everything is a celebration. It's not like I don't have to wait for one big bang release to go, I fixed stuff, I made some improvements, here's all the stuff. I can celebrate, even if it's just internally, I can celebrate the small patches.
Yeah. I think for me, celebrating being a work in progress is when I go through a stress test.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the thing, because I go through a stress test, and then maybe I fuck something up. But I don't let it beat myself. Like, I don't go, fuck, I'm a failure. Fuck, I didn't use my tools. Yeah, fuck, I'm never gonna do that again. I think how I celebrate it is like when I've gone through a stress test and I failed the stress test.
Mm-hmm.
But in the failure of failing that stress test, I go, okay, well, that didn't work, and I should have done X, Y, and Z instead of A, B, C. Okay, well, then that'll go in for the next time we do a stress test, and that's when I go, and then I let it go, and then I move on. Okay, so I've learned the lesson, rewritten the code. Okay, and then I'll move past it. I'm not stuck on that. It didn't work. The stress test didn't work. I failed the test. And I didn't do it right. And blah, blah, blah.
That's a good.
Yeah.
If a stress test fails, you don't scrap it and say screw it and go the other direction. You figure out why it didn't work. And that's a lesson I've had to learn in therapy when it was like, okay, this is your goal. This is what your homework is to accomplish. Not passing the stress test gives you information. It tells you something just as much as passing the stress test does. So if I failed the stress test, well, let's figure out why. If I didn't do the thing I wanted to do, or didn't do it as well as I wanted to, well, okay, let's look at it. Let's figure it out. To me, before therapy, that was just a failure. A failure was a failure. I failed it. Forget it. Why am I doing this? Just going to rip it out and move on. No, not anymore.
And we're never going to do it again. That was also.
And never. Oh yeah, I'm never going to do that.
It didn't work. It didn't work last time.
It didn't work at one time, so I'm never going to do it again.
I'm not good at it because I tried it once and I wasn't good at it.
Wait, you mean it doesn't have to be perfect the first time? What? That's me.
So look, Sean. Look, it wasn't that bad.
We released the patch code. We're continuing to release the patch code. Yeah, it was good.
I love. Okay, fewer red flags doesn't mean no red flags. It just means the system's stable enough for multiplayer.
Yeah, multiplayer. Sorry.
I don't want to know it. You know what? I don't want to even look at your Steam account. I don't want to look. No. I failed many times in therapy, but is it a failure? I think that's the other thing.
Yes. Redefining failure.
Failure is a word and failure is a thing. Mm-hmm. But here's the word. Here's the word that gets thrown in my face a lot. I see Roogs, and also when we're talking to our kids as well. I can't do it yet.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know how. I can't heal. I'm not healed enough yet. Yet.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you have to have it right now. It just means that in the beta releases that it's possible. You're just still working on it. It can't, just like any program, it doesn't do that yet. But we are all capable. It just takes time, and it takes sitting down, and it takes writing the code, and sometimes that's tedious, and your eyes get crossed, and a lot of stress testing and a lot of system failures and figuring out what went wrong. But that doesn't mean it won't happen. It just means it hasn't happened yet. And that is a big thing that I have to remember, that I have to often say in my mind. It just hasn't happened yet. It doesn't mean it won't.
That's good.
I also might not be ready for therapy. That's the time when you are.
I found the times where I've said I'm not ready for it was usually, I usually was saying that because I was putting it off. I was avoiding it, not actually.
Because well, maybe me more and the therapist are not a real good match. Then
oh yeah, and that happens. Yeah, I've had therapists that weren't good match. I've had therapists that were good matches for a time, and then there came to a point where I felt like I needed to move on, and that's okay. Now, for a codependent people pleaser, telling your therapist that you're ready to move on is that's a tough email. It's a tough conversation.
All right, why don't you sign us out?
Sign us out. Are we giving them homework? Do we have any homework to give?
No.
I don't think. No homework.
No homework.
All right.
Well, I actually asked my therapist. I said, "Can you give me homework?" And she's like, "No." And I went,
"Your homework is to not have any homework."
Yeah. She's like, "Nope."
Ooh, that's a tough
I was
one.
like, I literally looked at her like this. She goes, "Nope. I'll see you next week." I was like,
that's that therapist earning their big bucks, earning their money right there.
Like, okay.
How dare you not giving me homework?
I know. I was like, what the fuck?
So, software you're patching, you're rebranding, you're patching. It's a continual work in progress, and that is a feature, not a bug. So, you don't have to be perfect to be available. There we go. There's my signing off. So, all right, for the stuff of the week. You want me to do stuff of the week?
Yes.
I thought you wanted me to wrap it up. I don't know.
You know what? Sure. Whatever you want to do.
Go with it.
Whatever you want to go.
So, for the week, today is Sunday. So, tonight is Let's Build with Pep. I am continuing to build the arcade machine. We're gonna might finish it. We're at least gonna work on it tonight. So that is at 6:30 Eastern on my channel, which is the Dorian Sombra channel, which I'm gonna put in the chat right about. No, that's not the right button. Let's see. One of these buttons is gonna work like it's supposed to. I need to fix my own touch portal.
What?
Let's see. There we go. All right. So in the chat is some of the links on my channel, Dorian Sombra, the one at the bottom. That is Let's Build with Pep tonight at 6:30 Eastern. On that channel, we're going to put together some Legos and hang out. And then on Tuesday is Three Bards and a Dragon, where we roll a d20 and let it ruin our lives. It has been so much fun the last couple months. Being DM and having bear DMing, oh, that has been just it's been hilarious. I don't think I've laughed so hard as I do.
I just stretch.
Oh, yes, you have to stretch. Oh, are you feeling yesterday's workout?
I am. I woke up, my butt was sore. I was like,
yeah, right.
Sean and I are doing an exercise program together, and for me yesterday was booty, and like,
yeah, you pushed, you upgraded,
I did. My
band.
I did.
So anyway, so Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern on the Team AOA channel is Three Bards and a Dragon. And then on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, our friend Nev. Our friend Nev is streaming. He plays games. I can't get this to work.
She's being very persistent.
Yeah, she does that.
Oh my gosh, Sean, you can't get your buttons to work.
I can't. Yeah, I can't. So thank you, Jay. I'm glad you have. It's been quite an experience. So on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday is our buddy Nev. He is gaming. So check him out at 8:30 Eastern on his channel Zarkdor. And that brings us back to Sunday at 1:00 Eastern for some more waking up. Yay!
Yay!
Follow us on all the channels, on all the socials. And one more thing before I forget. Is that the right button? I don't think that's the right button. There's the right button. Coming up, we're only a few weeks away. You realize we're only a few weeks away from our charity stream?
Yay!
So we have a charity stream coming up on the 8th of November. It is a Saturday. We are raising money for the follow-on mission. So there's a link in the chat if you want to check them out. So come hang out with us. I think we're going to be starting around like 10 Central, maybe.
Yeah. Ish.
11 Eastern, 10 Central, sometime around then. So we will be streaming a bunch of different stuff. We'll be streaming some games. We're going to be streaming a Lego build. Ann and I are going to do a build off. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Very different than a beat off.
Very, very different. Quite different. Yes. Not as messy. And then, so yeah, come check us out on that day. That is November the 8th. Oh yes, we can officially announce it that we have the charity stream recipient. Yeah, the follow-on mission. So
yes.
It's for our veterans. It is to help our vets. So very, very good charity.
We actually have a friend of ours who might be on the stream sometime, hopefully. But they do adrenaline therapy for veterans, and basically they build race cars, they race cars, they have races all over the country, and it's really our friend. He is one of those people that absolutely benefited from this charity, and they are just amazing people. Like, I have never met a charity that's just like so freaking welcoming and appreciative and personable. Like, some of these charities, like, yes, they are grateful, but it's very much like it's the business. Like, it's the business of doing, but like, they are all about the people and the people that are involved to the people that they help. It's from up down, and just they're so great. Yeah.
So if you can so during the stream, if you can come and if you can donate, great. If you can't donate, just come and hang out and watch us do absolute crazy driving. We are not the best gamers, but we will have fun doing it.
They are doing a race at Road America next week. Yes.
Nice.
Jay has this game. It's a co-op game.
Did he show it to you?
Shit! I don't know if I'm prepared.
We're doing it. We're gonna do it.
I'm gonna be drunk half the stream. I'm like, I can't make it through.
I mean, we can certainly do that. We can certainly make that happen too. We can add some stuff in there.
Anyways, so thank you guys for joining us. Yes,
yeah.
And we're gonna start pushing that in social media. So if you can't donate, at least share, at least help us out there. That would be a really great appreciation, especially those who stream. So please help and share that out. Bye, guys. You guys have a great Sunday. We'll see you guys later.
See me tonight.
Did you really just high five over me right
now?
No,
we didn't.
Okay, we're live.
Hey.
Hello. don't even do that well from the front seat.
Okay.
The bear's coming with the carpet spoon.
That's a straight up PBR for the table.
Yeah.
I think it called.
She ain't judging us at all.
Did you really just high five over me?
No, we didn't.
We're live.